Hey YouTube, what is going on? Since I'm not working out nowadays, I figured I might as well do some more informational content, and one of the things I want to do is review this guy right here, Slingshot by Mark Bell. And to be honest, I haven't been using this as much as I should have been. I believe when I first got this, I started using this a lot more often. If you guys don't know, which would be crazy if you didn't, the Slingshot was something that Mark Bell himself came up with. And he actually went up to a couple of, I guess you could say, vendors or companies or things like that, trying to pitch this idea in which, he created this mainly to help people go through injuries as well as find a better way to train bench press. But it was mainly for injuries. I believe it's because he suffered not recent at the time or right now, but an injury in which he was going for a 500, maybe a 600. I can't remember the number of bench press, and he injured one of his pecs, and that looked nasty, to be honest. Yeah, he wanted to find a way for himself to be able to train around that injury, and thus came the Slingshot right here. And to be honest, this is not something that I use that much in my training as well. Really, the only time I use it is to prime my central nervous system up for when I'm going for heavy sets. So that's one of the things. There's actually 4 slingshots, if you guys didn't know that. So there's 4 levels. I have the reactive slingshot right here. So the way it works is there's 4 levels, each varying in how strong they are. I guess you could say the elastic potential energy, or whatever you want to call it, that is created. So that I know the highest level is the Mad Dog, which is double ply. And I'll just go by the different levels. So you have level 1, which is the reactive, which is the blue one, comes in blue and pink. All of these slingshots, by the way, vary in different sizes, ranging from small to triple XL. And then you got level 2, which is, I can't remember, the original slingshot. And as far as I know, that I don't know the colors of all of them, so I know this one comes in blue and pink. I know the original, which is level 2, comes in red. I know the level 3, which is full bore, comes in yellow, and I know level 4 is Mad Dog, which comes in black, which I might end up getting all of them throughout time, but this is recommended for people who are trying to aim towards a 300-pound or 315-pound bench press. And then level 2 is for people that have achieved the 315, trying to work upon that and climb their way up. And then level 3 is recommended for 335 pounds and up, and then Mad Dog level 4 is recommended for people that have reached a 405-pound bench press. So I feel like right now there's no point, right now the reason I got the level 1, the one that gives the least amount of assistance, is so that way I'm still building upon my bench press. It's a lot more myself, benching, because I'm still at the beginner level, no matter how long I've been lifting or how high my bench has gone. And to be honest, my bench isn't even that high. Right now I'm at a 280-pound bench press at 160 pounds, so I got that going for me. This did cost $50, and that's like the only thing, to be honest. Like, there's nothing negative about this. This is an awesome accessory. This is awesome workout equipment. The only thing wrong with it is that it's $50, that it's not free, you know what I mean? And personally, I think if you're not willing to spend the money towards your craft, then why are you doing it then? Like, I draw a lot. Also, if you guys don't know, I do draw a little bit. I'm decent, all right. I mean, I've been working with pencils. I've been getting back into drawing again. If you guys want to follow my art Instagram, it's down here below. But yeah, like, it's the difference between buying like expensive pencils or expensive art equipment versus the cheap stuff, like the Crayola stuff. So definitely think it's worth the $50, to be honest. And also, as you go up on the levels, it does go up pretty much in $5 increments. So level 2 is going to be $55, level 3 is going to be $60, and level 4 is going to be $65, so plus taxes and shipping and handling. So yeah, how it works is you put it on. I'm also going to be showing videos of me using it. And you're not going to be using this when you're just warming up with like the bar or anything like that. You need to have some weight on here, because I probably can't even get it to where the bar would be touching my shoulders. So like, you put it on here. I've seen people go all the way up behind their shoulder like that, but I don't know. I've also been taught by Max Tuning to put it right on my elbows. So to be honest, I don't really feel that much of a difference in either of them. I actually prefer to put it behind my shoulders. I don't know if it puts me in a bad position to bench, but to be honest, I feel like it gives me a lot more assistance doing that. So right here, you have it on, and this time I'm doing it slightly behind. You know, there's only like a couple an inch or two deviation from that. But anyways, so I'd unrack it. I'd be up here. So as you can see, I personally don't think it helps with my lockout. I think it helps with the bottom portion because you have the most. Right now, it's not even stretched, but as you stretch it, more and more energy is packed into this thing. It's able to spring back up the more you go down. So that's why I think it helps with the bottom portion. Ultimately, it will help your lockout as well because you're going to be locking out with heavier weight. So when I was doing 300 on this with the slingshot, I just had that stimulus and my central nervous system was primed the hell up because I had a lot of weight on the lockout or the upper portion of my bench press. So I had that going for me. And then just getting down here, probably felt like 270 or something like that. Feeling heavier, getting back to its normal weight, and then right about here. Right about here, I think is when you lose all your elastic potential energy, and then from there, it's pretty much locking out 300. That's how I felt about it. But yeah, as you guys can see, it's pretty hard for me to get to where the bar would be touching my chest. Like it's actually like kind of compressing my chest right now. So it's pretty hard without any weight on there. So you're gonna be seeing some clips with some weight on, probably 135 pounds, maybe a little bit more depending. You know, I still gotta make sure I'm good to go for my meet. We're pretty much 3 days away now. Yeah guys, nothing negative to say about this. If you guys are serious about increasing your bench press, I definitely recommend this. One of the things Mark Bell was talking about with one of the first people he showed this to, one of the things that they did is after a bench press session or just a whole chest workout, they would use this and just do additional reps. You can use this to overload on singles, you know, heavy sets, you know, anything like that, or you can go on the other side of the spectrum and overload rep-wise, you know, do a lot of rep work. Really focusing on form, things like that. I believe this does help with your, I guess you could say, it helps with both because, to be honest, it does give you a confidence boost. I feel like because it's working on the lower portion, so technically it does kind of work on more lockout. That's the way I see it anyways, because you get the most assistance, but as you go higher and higher, the assistance decreases until eventually you're pretty much at lockout and you pretty much got it. So that's all I can think of at the moment. I'll grab my notebook, make sure I'm not leaving anything out actually. I'll be right back. Alright, looking at the notebook right now. Nah, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, get this slingshot if you're serious about your bench press. I recommend going with reactive well, depending on your level. Like, there's recommended levels for everything. So, you know, if you're at a 315, you know, if you're a really good bencher, then one, why don't you already have a slingshot? And two, go based off what they recommend personally, because the only thing I could really talk about is the reactive slingshot. I had never had any of the other levels. Maybe one day, definitely one day actually. If I can get to that 405, guys, 405. Maybe if I'm bulk up to 170, I might get there. I don't know, who knows. But yeah guys, thanks for watching this video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with anyone that you think they're considering getting a slingshot. Why can't I talk? I don't know. Taking that public speaking class though in college, so we're gonna see if I can get better at this. Alright guys, see ya.